We do have a guest speaker today. She is a United States Marine. She is a graduate of Shepard High School, class of 2014. So just 9 months ago, she was roaming the halls of this school. Okay?
That long?
Yeah, that long, believe it or not. Okay? So she's here to come talk to you about her experience in the Marine Corps, how Shepard has influenced her and helped her succeed in that manner. So I'm going to turn it over to her.
Okay, well, I'm just fresh out of boot camp, just graduated last Friday, February 27th. Been over in Parris Island, South Carolina for the last 3 months, 13 weeks. That's how long Marine boot camp training is, because every branch has their own set number of weeks. We went through 3 phases. You have first phase, second phase, third phase. First phase, definitely when they break you down. Drill instructors are in your face, yelling at you. You're always wrong. You're never right. Always getting screamed at. It breaks you down. It definitely does. No matter how tough you are, no matter how much you thought you were prepared for it, there's nothing that can prepare you for those first few weeks that you're there. Then you go through second phase where you start shooting your rifle, and your drill instructors are more of a mentor to you. They still yell at you, they still blast you, but you're able to ask them questions on help, on like, I don't understand why I can't shoot my rifle well, like why can't I hit the target in the middle, like can you help me? And then third phase is more, you learn about being in combat, how to do buddy rushes, how to communicate with other people without talking, with using hand signals, like you see in the movies, but just not that ridiculous, just like basic hand signals. And then you have the Crucible, which is the final event for you becoming a Marine, and then it's graduation, and then I'm home. What was the most challenging for you? For me, the most challenging thing were the hikes and the weather. The weather, like, Chicago has really bad weather, obviously. There's some days where it's really hot, some days where it's really cold. Well, there, it was ridiculous. It could be 60 degrees all week, and then one day it's like 20 degrees. And during the Crucible, it was freezing cold. The hottest it got was 30 degrees, and the rest was like 20 degrees, 10 degrees. And the Crucible, you're sleeping outside. You're outside the entire time. You don't get to go inside. You don't get to warm your hands. You're wearing camis. You have not that many layers on, and it's tough. They actually had to do a hypothermia check on us. They had to wake us. The drill instructors came in running in the middle of the night, screaming for us to look at them in the face because they needed to make sure that we were still alive and we didn't, because it was that cold. And that's something I really struggled with, because I mean, it's so easy to say I can't do this anymore. Like you doubt yourself. I can't deal with this cold. My body's telling me that I can't go, but you can. And then the hikes were really hard because they don't have separate packs. You don't carry a lighter pack because you're a female. You don't carry a lighter pack because you're a small female. I'm very short. I'm only 4'11", and I carried the same weight and hiked the same distance and the same pace as a male who is 6 foot and like 150 pounds or something like that. It's all the same, and that's something that I really struggled with, is keeping up in the hikes. But I mean, it's all a mental thing. Like, if I could push myself through it, I mean, a lot of other people can.
When you did your physical training, was there a set amount of time that you did it?
Yes, we did PT. Certain mornings, it was of the entire series, which is both female platoons. We would go out and we would PT together. The length of PT always varied. It was just whatever your drill instructor told you. You never knew what time it was. They knew what time it was. They had timepieces. We didn't. So it's always just, you're just getting ordered around. You do this, you do that, you do this. So we would sometimes go for runs. Sometimes we would do circuit courses. Like, we would go, here you do push-ups, here you do ammo cam lifts, here you do this, you do that. So I never knew really how long the PT sessions were, but they did vary depending on what we were doing that day, where we needed to be. But I mean, PT. Well, before I went into the Marines, all I thought about boot camp was getting yelled at and PT. But PT, we really didn't PT that much. It was more what came into challenging was the actual qualifications, the actual events, the swim qualification, the rifle qual, like all those things were what really people struggle with. PT was not a big deal. And the screaming, you just get used to it after a while. If you have somebody yelling in your face every day, like eventually you just stand there and you just listen to whatever they have to say. It doesn't scare you anymore. You just understand, like, okay, I messed up in this area, now I need to fix myself for next time. So, I mean, yeah, PT varied on length and how much we had it. This ribbon is the National Defense Ribbon. I rate it because I joined the military in a time of war, so everybody got that ribbon. And then this is my rifle badge. Everybody has one depending on how you shot on the range. You shoot twice on the range, and they combine those scores for an overall score. And there's 3 different badges. There's marksman, and there's sharpshooter, and there's expert. So depending on how you shoot, you rate those badges. I got sharpshooter, and I wish I could have got expert, but my score wasn't high enough. But every year the Marines qualify on the range, so next year I can get expert. So.